I'm very sorry that you feel like that is an assumption. I don't know if you think that's true or not, but I'd like to say that I'm not. Alright, so today's video is going to be a little bit different than normal videos. I wanted to try something new, something different that I see a lot of YouTubers doing, which is the make assumptions about me, and I will tell you if it's true or false. So I've not read through any of these, but there is a lot here. So we'll try and fire through a few of these and we'll see what you guys actually think of me. First assumption is you were popular in school. I feel like this is probably gonna be surprising to a lot of people, but I honestly wasn't. So in elementary school, I hung out with like the popular kids, but I always felt like the, I don't know, odd one out. And then you guys know in high school, I went to high school for 1 year. It was the worst year of my life. I literally would sit at my locker by myself, eat lunch. I walked around all day with like headphones in my ears and just, I did the rest of my high school life online. So I was the furthest thing from popular. Next assumption is your butt is not real. You've had injections. This is very false. Nothing has been inserted in my butt. What? Wait. Okay, sorry, we have to rephrase that. Nothing has been injected into my butt cheeks. It has just been me going to the gym, me eating more, and then obviously genetics do play a role in like where you gain fat, but no, my butt is 110% natural. Very, very real. Next assumption is you are very close with your family, especially your dad. I'm not actually that close to my family, but I am very, 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 very close with my dad. So it's kind of like, kind of true, kind of not. You are a very bubbly person that also has their lows. People just don't think that people like us, I guess, ever struggle because it's like, oh, well, you look happy all the time. And it's like, you never really know what's going on behind closed doors. So I feel like that definitely describes me like very accurately. You've never had a job. I don't know where you got that from, but that is very incorrect. I actually had multiple jobs. So I've worked in fast food, I've worked in retail, I've worked for Nike, I have worked at a retirement home, and I've also now doing social media, which is a job. I feel like people don't think it's a job, but you do really have to work for your money. So you are extremely sassy. I am definitely very, very, very sassy. I'm just like witty and sarcastic and stuff. I know not everyone's into that, but yeah, no, I'm definitely a little sassy nugget. I assume that you have a bunch of friends. No, to be honest with you, which is not a bad thing. I'm not complaining about it in any way. Obviously, I have a bunch of acquaintances and stuff like that, and I'm pretty easy to get along with. But as for like really super close friends, I wouldn't say that I really have too many, but quality over quantity, my friends. Oh, this is a good one. I always assumed that your family must be wealthy because you travel a lot. This couldn't be further from the truth. So I definitely don't come from a wealthy family. I used to live growing up in community housing with my mom, so we definitely weren't that well off. And as for traveling, I am just very smart with my money. I don't spend my money frivolously. Why I go to Vegas out of, you know, anywhere else in the world is because Vegas is one of like the only places in the world where you can go there and get so much for free. When you go to Vegas enough and you stay at the same place, you start to get little like incentives. So they'll give you free rooms, they'll give you free food, and if you just become really loyal with them, your trip to Vegas really becomes dirt cheap. You're a very feisty person and it's not good to get on your bad side. Honestly, I'm gonna say that this is true. Like, I feel like I am a very, very nice person, but if you make me angry, you don't want to be on my bad side, because although I'm only 5'2" and I'm very tiny, I'm a feisty one, and I don't have any time for rude or ignorant people, and I'm just not afraid to, I guess, like speak my mind. My assumption is that you were very smart in school. I'm gonna give myself some credit for this because I actually feel like I was. Science was my best subject. I graduated with a 98 in science. English also too. I really enjoy writing, so English was just one of those ones that came really like naturally to me. Oh God. You get bored easily. I feel like this has to do with me being a bit of a Gemini, but yes, I get bored so easily. I feel like I constantly have to be doing something, otherwise I'm like, oh my God, I'm bored. Okay, so a lot of you guys assumed that you won't leave your house without makeup on. That's actually the furthest thing from the truth. Now that used to be the old me. The old me, I would have to wear foundation. Like, people would sleep over at my house and I wouldn't wash my face because I was so self-conscious of my face. But if you watch my vlogs, you will know that I honestly rarely ever wear makeup really anymore. So, mental gains. My assumption is that if you were single, you would be with a girl. I'm not gonna like put like a label on who I would be with because I can't really control who I fall in love with, but I feel like if we're just talking about who I'd be more attracted to, I feel like I probably would end up with a girl. Like, my assumption is that you never went through an emo stage. I went through the epitome of an emo phase, like heavy eyeliner, dyed my hair, had like my bangs over my face, wore Hot Topic band shirts, went to Warped Tour, listened to like Mayday Parade and Bring Me the Horizon, and like, oh, just, yeah, fond memories. My assumption is that you're actually a shy person. If I'm in a group of people, I'm not gonna be the person who's like, hey guys, like what's up, and start the conversation. But if I'm being talked to, then I won't make things awkward. Like, I feel like I'm pretty easy to talk to. I'm not shy in the sense of, if you know me, I'm like one of the weirdest people that you probably will ever meet, and the furthest thing from shy. I assume that you dropped out of college. No, there's no way to drop out of college when you didn't go to college. So that's very false. My assumption is that you've gotten plastic surgery before, and the only like cosmetic procedure that I've gotten is like, I've had braces before, and then I also got my gap filled in my teeth. But other than that, I have never gotten any kind of plastic surgery, filler, or anything. Not that I'm against it at all, but if I were to ever get anything, I would 110% be super honest and super open and super transparent about that kind of thing. In the future, I could see myself maybe, you know, getting a smidgen of Botox to, you know, like smooth out my wrinkles or whatever it is. But as of right now, 100% natural. All right, next assumption is you're a bitch. And I'm very sorry that you feel like that is an assumption. I don't know if you think that's true or not, but I'd like to say that I'm not. Like, I like to say that I'm a pretty friendly, nice person. My assumption is that you're a great singer. Please ask any of my friends this who have to be in the car with me. I'm not a great singer. My assumption is that you have a huge sweet tooth. And actually, I surprisingly don't. I don't crave sweet things. I'm more of like a carby person. So I like bread and pasta and like cinnamon buns and just like rice and all that kind of stuff. Like, to me, that is like my go-to food that I actually crave. You're a pothead. I've only actually smoked weed once. I have nothing against it, but I think it was in like grade 8, and I feel like I didn't even inhale it. Like, I was just like, I'm so cool. But no, I'm not against it at all, but I'm not a pothead. My assumption is you work out every single day. This is false. I love the gym. I enjoy going to the gym, but I work out like usually 5 days a week. My assumption is you eat sushi 4 or more times per week. Honestly, I'm not proud to admit, but I think that's actually true. My assumption is you cry over little things. I'm a very sensitive person, and I will like cry when I'm sad, I'll cry when I'm happy, I'll cry when I'm angry, I'll cry when I'm mad. You're a bit of a chatterbox and you have tons of energy. This is very true. Like, once you get to know me, I feel like you're like, okay, how do we shut this girl up? Because I will just be like, ah, about every single thing. So that's actually very true. The hate comments affect your mental health. I will say that, yeah, definitely. Like, having to read really cruel and hateful comments about yourself, especially when you struggle with yourself, is not something that I feel like anyone is really used to. So I definitely think that is true. My assumption is that you were bad when you were younger. I'd like to say that I let my sister do that for me so that I could learn from her mistakes. I think that the worst thing I ever did was like shock my parents with getting tattoos. Like, that's about it. My assumption is that you don't stress about food anymore. I mean, I'm human. I definitely still do. I'm much better than I used to, but I still do. You don't like the sound of your voice. This is actually very true. Does anyone like the sound of their own voice? You prefer cheap stuff, Forever 21, over expensive brands like Gucci. And now the nuggets know that this is very true. I like to call it thrifty, but sometimes I'm like, I need to be like, hey Jen, don't be so freaking cheap. My assumption is you like being in control of everything in your life. One of those things where it's like good in some things, bad in other things, because it's very hard to do anything like casually, because I'm always like balls deep into everything that I do. But at the same time, it's kind of nice because I don't procrastinate and I'm always kind of like organized and have a little bit of a routine, but it gets the best of me sometimes. You're a very open-minded person. Yes, absolutely. Like, I'm all for just like, you do you. As long as you're not hurting yourself or hurting anyone else, like, I don't care what you do. I assume that you are a clean freak. This is kind of true because I'm like always cleaning my house, whether it be like vacuuming, cleaning the counters, organizing stuff. I'm just like a very organized person. As much as you love Vegas, you'd never actually move there. This is actually very true. I mean, first of all, I don't know if you guys could put up with Vegas, Jen, like actually every day of the year, but also Vegas is like my happy place that I like to go to, but there's so many benefits of also like living in Canada. I don't think I could live there like full time. You always choose staying in over going out. It depends on the context of that. If you're talking about like, would you want to go out to a coffee shop or go shopping, then like I would enjoy doing that. But if it's more like you'd rather stay in on a Friday night than go out clubbing, then that is 100% me. I would much rather stay in than go out. 110%. You prefer a cozy night in rather than a wild night out. 100%. Like, hook me up with some sushi and some Netflix and some blankets, and that is like my ideal night. My assumption is that you don't do a lot of cardio. I'm not proud of this, guys, but no, like cardio is not my favorite. I try and do like 10 to 15 minutes, like a warm up, because it's good for your heart, but I'm not one of those people who loves cardio. I'm getting better at it. And in the summertime, it's easier to be active because I do enjoy like going outside on like walks and hikes and stuff as like a form of cardio. My assumption is you used to hate the way you looked in glasses, but recovery made you love it. And guys, I friggin' love this question because that is so true. I used to wear contacts since I was in like grade 6. I only did it because I hated the way I looked in glasses. I thought that I was weird. No one else was wearing glasses. No, recovery and just like working on myself has definitely made me love my glasses. And now I feel like I feel so me in my glasses. Like, it's just kind of like my thing. And I feel like I don't think I would ever go back to wearing contacts because I just like myself in glasses. I don't know. My assumption is that you are a terrible dancer. Fun fact, but I actually danced competitively for 10 years. So I'd like to think that like I'm somewhat of a decent dancer. My assumption is that you're the girl that whips dirty looks at people in public. When I'm in public, I'm the girl who is like, if I make eyes with you. And you know, it hurts my little heart when I do that to girls and they whip me dirty looks back and I'm like, girl, like, I don't want to be your competition. I'm trying to be your friend. So no, I'm definitely not the person to whip dirty looks. If I am staring at you or looking at you, it's probably because I think that you're hot. Just being honest. My assumption is that you're a very independent person. I would like to say that I am. Like, I pretty much fend for myself. I take care of myself. I don't really rely on other people. And I also I enjoy being by myself. So I'm one of those people where I don't really like need people to be around. All right, so that is gonna conclude today's video. Hopefully that cleared some things up with you guys. Maybe you guys know more about me now, or it cleared up some misunderstandings that you had about me. But I like doing these kind of videos. So definitely let me know if you enjoy them, if you want me to do more of them, if you want me to do another one. They're just super fun. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you all little niggas in the next video, whenever that is. Bye.